biggest thing that they say is muscle memory takes over in case of an emergency.
Those who serve in the United States Navy have to be prepared for just about anything. The Aviation Water Survival Training Center at Naval Station Norfolk certifies sailors, airmen, and airwomen every 4 years.
From swim skills, we go into life preservers, life rafts, how to get rescued by a helicopter, and then in the event of a worst case emergency, how to egress out of downed wreckage. Instructor
Thomas Alvarez says the tests are tough and similar to what many will experience in the service.
The more comfortable they are, the chances are that they will survive a mishap later on in their career.
I'm tired, I'm cold, I'm wet, and we're only halfway through all of this, and the next test is the worst one of all, the dunker. The Helo Dunker simulates a helicopter crash in the water, forcing those inside to get out of their seatbelts and break through a window, all while upside down.
My dad went through it when he was in the military, and he always told me stories about how fun it was, so I was excited for it.
Zachary Fall is from Albemarle County. He says watching others go through the simulation for the first time usually results in laughs.
It's fun to watch just people's reactions underwater. That's usually the best part, just because they're nervous. So when something doesn't go perfectly right, usually they have really big eyes.
Those who work at the training center say the key is to remain calm, and that is tougher than it sounds.
I get to be around aviators all the time and playing a pool. I find that's probably the best part about it, that I get the most joy out of doing.
Helicopter Sea Combat Squadron 28.
We're the cooler ones, we get to fly stuff, so.
The Dragon Whales run search and rescue operations in the Atlantic Ocean.
It's a lot of hard work, but it's really fast paced. So it makes the day go by so much faster.
Petty Officer 2nd Class Cameron O'Hara from Augusta County says the squadron's airplane hangar is a bustling ballet of dancers and musicians, all responsible for putting their artwork in the sky.
It's pre-opping stuff, moving birds around, getting things ready for flight schedule, doing inspections, pulling fuel samples.
O'Hara says the effort behind the scenes is just as important as the pilot's job.
Every person has a job to do, whether you might think it's as small as going and pulling fuel samples. Okay, but what if something's wrong with the fuel cells?
Without us, the bird would not be able to fly. Like, we take care of the flight controls, and without flight controls, the bird would probably go down, you know.
The birds are Nighthawk MH-60S helicopters. 2nd Class Petty Officer Sean Hansen says many from this hangar were sent to rescue people in Houston from Hurricane Harvey flooding.
We just put helicopters in the sky, save lives, do whatever missions need to get done.
High-flying pilots may get the glory at the end of the day, but those who stay behind in the hangar know their part in the story is what makes it all possible.
There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of people involved, and we do whatever it takes to put aircraft in the sky, wherever we need to be, and whatever it takes, we'll do it.
A little wind and rain does not stop flight operations on the USS Abraham Lincoln.
This is crazy. This is the highest winds I've ever seen on the carrier deck.
Aircraft landings are done by catching large steel cables on the flight deck. Commander Dustin Periville from Charlottesville is an F-18 pilot.
It takes about 15 seconds for us to go that 1 mile, and before we know it, we're in full power, hopefully catching one of the wires and stopping on the carrier deck from 150 knots to 0.
The jets are launched from the catapult, which uses steam and compressed hydraulics.
Be able to push the fire button on a nuclear aircraft carrier, launching the aircraft off, and I know when I hit my finger to fire, it goes. That's a pretty cool environment to be in.
Inside the carrier lies an entire city with churches.
We have a chapel, as well as sometimes we have services in the forecastle.
Convenience stores, and even a coffee shop.
Everybody needs their coffee in the morning. Everybody needs the nice kick.
The noise, the energy is just fabulous, and it really fills the sailors full of energy.
Captain Putnam Brown says leading the mighty Abe is an honor.
We really started flying jets about 70 years ago off aircraft carriers, and we just keep perfecting it.
The 5,000 men and women on the ship say the carrier is a home away from home in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
It's a privilege to be here, and I try not to to feel like somebody special. I love doing my job, and I love being a part of the team. It's part of my challenge, and I love doing it.
Taylor Gleason, NBC 29 News.